Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel Reviewed, where we talk about all things television and film from today and yesteryear. So I wanted to come on here and give my thoughts on the soap Beyond the Gates. Okay, I have been watching Beyond the Gates since it started. Okay, I have not missed an episode, although there are some that I wish I had missed because sometimes they just be doing whatever. But anyway, I wanted to come on here and give my thoughts on the show and what I would like to see happen because sometimes these writers be ticking me off. Okay. So let's start with the whole some of the characters because I'm not going to talk about all the characters. I'm going to talk about the main ones. So Anita and Vernon Dupree, I really like them. I'm so glad her whole cancer story is over. At least the most significant part of it is over because it was just a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that's over with. I am curious if we are going to get the OG Vernon anytime soon because we always see Anita and him hinting around to certain things that they have been involved in, I guess like from back in the day. So I'm wondering if the OG gonna come out because Vernon is he's too clean. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they could do no wrong. Even with the whole thing when he was getting those voice lessons from Anita's friend, I knew he wasn't cheating because I was like, that was too obvious. But I'm wondering if we're gonna get the OG burning anytime soon. Now, Martin and Smitty, they're tolerables for me. Okay. They're not my faves, but I tolerate them. And I'm wondering how this whole election is going to turn out for Martin because I noticed in the trailer for next week, honey, some foolery is going to happen at the fundraiser that they're having. Now, the thing with Smitty has seemingly gotten out of this whole situation with Jacob by the skin of his teeth. But I'm wondering if Nicole is going to find out that he was the one who was actually trying to get into her computer to get that information, which was so stupid. It made absolutely no sense to me because it's like, dude, you're a reporter or a journalist, whatever you call yourself. You know better than to leave a paper trail. Like he literally left a whole situation there. And I'm wondering if Nicole is going to figure out that Smitty ultimately was the person who tried to get into her computer. Now, when it comes to their children, I like Samantha and Tyrell, but I cannot wait for Samantha to find out that her fathers are aware of Tyrell getting it in with his girlfriend after the whole debutante thing because the way that they gave Samantha hell for her wanting to date that boy, and I get it, girls and boys are different. People parent their daughters different from their sons, but I cannot wait for Samantha to find out that they are aware that he's been sleeping with his girlfriend. And I'm also curious if the girlfriend is going to end up pregnant because you see that these two are getting ready to head off to college, going in two totally different directions when it comes to that, but they are, still keeping up space with each other, if you know what I mean. So I'm just curious how that's going to turn out and what Samantha's reaction is going to be when she finds out that her dads are aware that her brother is, like I said, sleeping with his girlfriend. Now let's get into Danny Dupree, honey. When it comes to Danny Dupree, I don't like her. I do not like Danny. I don't care how pretty her hair is. I don't care how cute her outfits are sometimes. I do not like her. She is an entitled, unhinged, impetuous, self loathing fool. I do not like her at all. Like, at all. I would not like her in the car. I would not like her at the bar. I would not like her in the coat. I would not like her on a boat. I do not like green eggs and ham. I cannot stand Danny Dupree. Sam, I am. Like, for real, I don't see it for her. If she is not in the scene with her sister, her daughters, her mom, or even Bill, or if she's not having some type of interaction with Haley, I fast forward through her. I literally do not watch her and Andre because Andre ain't nothing but a lamb being led to slaughter. Okay. Like, this whole relationship, we already know is going to explode. And she just cannot help herself to want to be in Bill's life. As much as she says she cannot stand Bill, she wants that man back. And when I tell you, when that happens, she get whatever she deserves. Now, when it comes to Bill is trifling. Okay, his beige behind got too much sense to be running around here not knowing what's going on with his wife. Okay, like Haley literally had this man wrapped around her fingers, and when I tell you, I'm trying to figure out whatever she is giving him, whatever type of poison she giving him, because clearly it's not working. Like the man had one tremble in his hand. That's it. She been giving him this poison since for how long? Like it just does not make any sense. And he gets exactly whatever he gonna get from Haley. Because when they showed the episode the recent episode of how everything went down between him, Danny, and Haley, it was all kinds of just trifling and wrong. And let me say this, when Chelsea saw Haley in the house where Bill was packing up, Chelsea should have popped her. Okay. I am not a person who is you know is okay with violence. However, Haley needed to be popped in the face. I'm surprised Danny didn't, but she was too concerned about Bill. You're leaving me. You're sitting up there telling him, oh, so the waitresses and all the other flings wasn't enough. Now you had to go deal with Haley. Like, that is your problem right there. You allow him to have his little one-off affairs and you was okay with it, which is why he continued to do it. You just did not expect him to fall in love with somebody else. And mind you, what Bill did was completely wrong. I'm not saying he was right at all. However, Danny gave him the green light. So what did you expect him to do? Exactly, go. And when it comes to Haley, honey, I'm ready for this mask to come off because I'm ready for the ghetto to come out. Like, seriously. And the whole situation that she got going on with her cousin, Randy, I, I'm wondering what Joey is going to do once he realizes that these two are trying to set Bill up to get him for everything that he got. And the fact that Haley thought she was going to be able to pull a one off on Joey, girl, please, your cousin saved your life because you will probably be in the bottom of the river somewhere messing around with Joey thinking you about to get him. But it does not, it just behooves me that this has gone on for so long. Like, Leslie then had a whole clinic built and Bill still ain't been hospitalized from whatever poison Haley has been giving him. Like, what exactly are you giving him? Because clearly it's not working. Like, it's just ridiculous. And let me also say this: it would not surprise me if Randy is hiding Lynette. Like, if he is just so sick and tired of Haley taking her time and getting things done with Bill that he literally has Lynette, hidden away somewhere because he really plans on running away with her. And I also think that if that is not the case, it wouldn't surprise me if Joey knows where she is because Joey had his antennas up with Haley from the jump. And so it would not surprise me that Joey may know where Lynette is being kept. Because let's be clear, she has not left the picture. We don't see her right now, but she definitely has not disappeared. Now, Nicole is my favorite of the Dupree girls. Okay, I love Nicole. Sidebar: am I the only one who think that they got the roles mixed up? For whatever reason, I think Danny should have played Nicole's role. Danny should have been the therapist, and Nicole should have been the model because Nicole looks more like a model than Danny does. But I digress. I really like Nicole, but I'm ready for Nicole to crash out. I am ready for her to have that moment where she just completely loses her ish. Like, girl, you got these two men that you juggling, and the fact that you got two men to try to get over 100, that lets us know what type of dude Ted really is. Okay, but we'll get to him in a minute. I don't like the whole situation with Nicole and Carlton. It's like she's trying to one up Ted, like, oh, you had an affair and you had a whole social security number with another woman. So let me just go mess with your best friend. That's messy. And let's be clear, most black people, baby, she would have got to beat down with that one. I'm just saying, we're not tolerating that. Carlton would have got to beat down from Ted. Okay, so I just think that's very trifling and very tacky that Nicole is spending time with Carlton. The whole situation with Kyle, I'm not sure because we don't really know much about him. But what I would like to see happen in the event of her and Kyle getting more serious, I would like for it to be that, Kyle, who, his deceased wife, I would like for the writers to have that he dates black women specifically, like his kids come on the scene and his kids are biracial. I think that would add a little bit more sauce to their stew. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're not my first black woman, Nicole, and you probably won't be my last if we don't work out. So I think that would be interesting if the writers would incorporate something like that or whatever. But anyway, I don't know how everything is going to turn out. What I do know is I'm ready for Nicole and Ted to get back together. Like, it's clear that that is what's going to happen. I would be surprised if it does not happen, but I really hope that the writers will explore the two of them getting re-involved with each other on some shape, form, or fashion. Because let's be clear, I understand Nicole having all these fantasies about Ted because the whole cotillion and their anniversary and everything came up. But I think it is just her subconscious really trying to bring her thoughts to life. And that's why she avoiding Ted and got this attitude with him. and just trying to keep her space with him after they were supposedly in such a good headspace with one another. But yeah, I cannot wait for them two to go ahead and hook up. Okay. Now, when it comes to Teddy Weddy, okay, Ted is too nice. He is too nice. And granted, what he did to Nicole was trifling. So everything that he is, going through right now, everything he is experiencing, he has to go through it because he put himself in this situation. What I do not understand is why this man still live in a hotel. Like I said, Leslie then had a whole clinic that came up as an idea and now it's completely open, and Ted's still living in a hotel. Like, make that make sense. This whole thing with them swapping out these hotel rooms on this show, like, I don't know what the budget is on Beyond the Gates, but can y'all please get more production and more of the more settings on the show? Like, the props are, it's like y'all keep recycling the same thing. Like, we done seen Jacob and Naomi apartment in like 2 or 3 different formats, but we know it's the same space. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, Ted, Ted. I do not like the fact that they have him being just too soft for me. And like I said, the whole situation with him and Nicole, he brought that on himself. But I just wish they would toughen him up, because the way that Leslie slithers her way into his space is annoying. And I'm gonna tell you something else I do not like. I do not like the fact that he is with Shanice. I do not like that relationship. Shanice is so insecure. She gets on my nerves. I'm so sick of her wigs. Her wiggery be ticking me off because her wigs be looking a hot mess. She is annoying. The relationship with Ted is annoying. And then you have the nerve to be so insecure when in actuality you shouldn't have even treaded in that water anyway. You knew that Ted was with Nicole. You already regard Nicole as this great, doctor. She's this therapist. She got her stuff together. She's gorgeous, this and that, and the third. But you felt like you was gonna come up behind her and be with her ex-husband. Like, that whole situation is just tacky all around. The way that the writers got this going on, I get it, but it's just ridiculous. And to me, the only reason why Ted is dating Shanice is because Nicole is involved with Carlton. Carlton is his business partner. They work together. All of them work in a hospital. So I guess Ted was like, if I got to see you with Carlton, then you got to see me with somebody else that you are also associated with in this hospital. So all of it just makes no sense to me. But I do not like the way that Ted allows Leslie to just infiltrate his life in any way possible. Like, Ted, I'm gonna need you to take on your character in Dreamgirls and do like they did and step into the bad side. Okay, because this right here is not working. Now let's get into Bill's daughters. Okay. When it comes to Chelsea and Naomi, Naomi is tolerable. I do not like Chelsea. Okay. Chelsea and her fiance, I was so looking forward to them going away. I was like, oh, good. She's not going to be on the show anymore. I wish they had sent them away to do that little research, because I just don't like Chelsea. First of all, the whole situation with her fiance getting sued because of something her mother did is absolutely asinine. I get it. They want the money. Another thing, I do not understand why Chelsea is a model. Like, girl, I get it. The social media models and influencers are different, but Chelsea is not giving supermodel at all. Kat is giving more supermodel than Chelsea, but I digress. When it comes to Naomi and Jacob, as far as I'm concerned, Jacob and his friend both could have got a bullet because neither one of them can act. Okay, like, I would not miss Jacob on the show at all. What I do think is going to happen, or what I would like to see happen, is Naomi change her mind about motherhood, because I think after all of this that they've gone through, with Jacob being undercover and this whole BRCA gene that Naomi is hiding, okay, I think that she may end up pregnant and that she's going to reconsider and end up having a baby. Now, how that is going to play out with the whole BRCA gene and all that stuff like that, I do not know. But it would not surprise me if Naomi ends up pregnant. Also, I wonder if we're going to meet Chelsea's fiance's mother, because since she has such an intricate part in the whole lawsuit that she is currently going through, it would only make sense for them to bring her on the show. And I'm curious as to who they're going to get to play her. Now let's get into Teddy Weddy's daughters. Okay. I like Kat and I really like Eva. Again, Kat, she's giving more model than Chelsea. But anyway, um, Eva, she gives her mother too many passes. Like, I I'm gonna get to Leslie, but she gives her mom too many passes, and I feel like at some point you are gonna have to cut the umbilical cord, ma'am. Like, your mom is beyond trifling, but I do like that Eva, she has her little boo thing, Isaiah. I am here for the way Isaiah mom side eye Eva, because let's be clear, look at your mama. Okay, Leslie is not a walk in the park. Now, when it comes to Kat, I like Kat, but Kat don't know when to say when. Kat is one of those people who does not utilize her free right to shut the F up. Okay. She literally, she's going to be the cause of her and Tomas's relationship to come to a demise. The fact that she keeps inserting herself in certain things is just it's annoying, and you could tell Tomas be trying not to be aggressive with her in the way that he handles her and talks to her. But girl, you gonna cause him and put him in some serious trouble, and that's gonna cause your relationship to um to end. I also would not be surprised if Kat ends up sleeping with Isaiah. I don't know how that will come about. I know people are saying that Kat and Jacob have chemistry. I would not think that that would be wise for the writers to do that because of the whole business that Kat has with Chelsea, the whole Chelsea cat bag situation. And also, let's not forget the fact that they are favorite cousins. They literally love each other like sisters. So for them to possibly make it to where Kat and Jacob end up messing around, I just don't see that happening. I think we have more of a chance of Kat messing with Isaiah than we do with Kat messing with Jacob. Nonetheless, I do like the two of them. I don't mind the dislike that the two have for each other, or should I say the dislike that Kat has for Eva, because she has every right to feel that way. And the fact that, Eva parades around town with her mom, and I get it, that's her mom, but she parades her mom around town like she is not the cause of a whole bunch of disruption in the town. Is crazy to me. Listen, whoever styles Kat's, Chelsea, and Samantha characters needs to be fired. I said what I said. I'm sorry. Chelsea wigs always look crazy. Kat, her hair be pretty, but y'all be having Kat in those two-piece suits that look like they belong on a 12-year-old girl. Like, why do y'all dress them like that? Samantha clothes be so horrible. I get it. She's kind of top heavy, but there are some cute clothes out there. She's a petite girl. Yeah, she's top heavy, but it's too many cute clothes out there that she could be wearing as a teenage girl. Like I said, Chelsea does not give model at all, but whatever. Whoever styling these girls, they need to go. I'm sorry. I said what I said. So again, I do not like Shanice and Ted together. Shanice is okay, but I do not like her with Ted, and I don't like her wigs. Her wigs be looking a hot mess. But let me say this: her auntie, who I do like, I would not be surprised if her auntie, who is now becoming the chief of staff, the temporary chief of staff, okay, I would not be surprised if we find out that she is the impaler or whatever, the person who is over the plasma ring, who Joey is about to meet next week. It would not surprise me if it's her. And I hope it is her, because I want Shanice to feel all that embarrassment to the point where she leaves doggone Fairmont Crest right along with her auntie. Like, I hope that they have it be her, because I'm gonna tell you something. It amazes me how they keep saying he. They keep referring to this person over the plasma ring as a he, and it very well could be a woman. And the thing that would be a good excuse for Shanice's aunt, if she is this person, is that she could say she was gathering the plasma to, she was experimenting with it to find a cure for cancer, because we know that that is her niche when it comes to her and her medical profession. She deals with cancer. So it would not surprise me if they had her be this head honcho over the plasma ring. It's either going to be her or it's going to be Joey's sister. And speaking of Joey, I like Joey. Okay. um, Vanessa, she's gone. She's far gone. But I'm telling you what's gonna bring her back down to earth when the whole situation about Doug unravels and her daughter can be like, I told you so. I really like Vanessa's daughter. I wish they would show the daughter more than they would show the son, because he's not a good actor. But anyway, I like Joey. And it would not surprise me if Shanice's aunt is the head honcho over the plasma ring, or maybe Joey's sister. And the reason why I think it may be Joey's sister is because a couple of weeks back, he was reading a letter and that he kept in his pocket that came from his sister. And, he went into small detail about his relationship with his sister. And he told Vanessa that he hadn't talked to her in years. So it would not surprise me if his sister, or like I said, Shanice's aunt, is the head honcho over the whole plasma ring. Nonetheless, the fact that he is expecting it to be a man, I would be surprised if the writers actually allow this person to be a male. Like, it needs to be a female, because the chief of staff who was over the hospital, she was a female. And I believe that this person at the top, she wants the main people at the top to be women, because that person is a woman. That's what I would like to assume that this will be the direction that the writers will go in. But nonetheless, I'm just wondering what is going to happen to their relationship once the relationship that Joey has with Vanessa, once all is revealed about what actually happened to Doug. But I wouldn't be mad at it because I think Joey would be better suited for Leslie. Okay. And speaking of Leslie, honey, Leslie with the fresh silk press, ma'am, I cannot wait for her to get knocked off that high horse that she has been riding on since she arrived in Fairmont Crest. Like the fact that she has caused so much chaos and turmoil and she still be walking around with her head held high is crazy to me. However, I understand it because she got all this money now. By the way, that whole storyline with her being the daughter of Anita's friend, that was so obvious that what was going to happen. The fact that she was having all these financial woes and owed all this money, then boom, you got all this money falling into your lap. Who didn't see that coming? What I would like to happen though is to for them to write in the show that Eva, in fact, is not Ted's daughter, that Leslie lied, because we know that's what she's capable of. And I feel like that will be the straw to break the camel's back if they do that, because we do not know for a fact that Ted is Eva's daughter. And let's be very clear, Leslie has had so many disguises and has infiltrated every medical profession up in that hospital, okay? To the point of we don't know what that DNA test stated and how she was able to change the results, okay? And as much as I like Eva, if it turns out that she's not Ted's daughter, I'll be like, good for her, because she, again, rides for her mom too much. Yeah, that's your mom, but your mom is wrong. She is trifling. And, she is just one of those characters. I get it. She's necessary. But at the same time, she going to get what's coming to her, and she is going to be very well deserving of it. And what I would like, outside of the fact of them not letting Eva be Ted's daughter, I think what will also be the coup d'etat is if Eva was neither one of their child. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if Eva is this child of an old friend of Leslie? Leslie can't have kids, and this woman wanted her to take her daughter because she was in an abusive relationship or whatever. I know people want the whole thing to be, oh, Eva's really Nicole and Ted's daughter. I say she shouldn't be any one of them. I would like for that to happen, and just so people could see just how low this woman would go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already know Les with the fresh silk purse would do anything, honey, for Teddy Weddy. But I'm telling you, it would really, really, really be an issue if it turns out that Eva is not his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that this man lost his marriage and, almost lost his family because of a lie. Yes, he had an affair, but can you just imagine the type of emotions that would cause him and Nicole potentially if they find out that Eva is not his daughter? That's what I would really like to see happen. I don't know if it will, but I think that would really, baby, that will flip the script. And then maybe we'll get to see Gangster Ted come out, because, honey, like I said, he is a little bit too nice when it comes to this one right here. And Leslie, she know how to push his buttons. Even though Shanice tried to get her together, she still do not care. And I don't know. I just feel like Eva lets Leslie get away with too much. And so many people allow this woman to get away with too much. And it would just be a wake-up call for her, for all of her secrets to just be, exposed, and for the number one secret to be that Eva does not belong to Ted. Well, those are my thoughts on Beyond the Gates. I don't know if I'm gonna start doing more reviews about the show. Because like I said, this is just one of those shows I do not miss, and I be having so many thoughts about everything that be going on. But honey, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next week with Mr. Victor Newman is on the scene, and it looks like something about to get towed up in that doggone country club. Okay. Well, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.